I'm going to tell you about Daisy. Daisy was a dog that we had at the shelter for 2.5 years. We got her in September of 2013 from animal control. And when we brought her, we noticed that she had some incontinence, which she was leaking urine. So we started taking her to the vet and trying different medicines, and that wasn't working. And then we found a foster home that would take her, and for whatever reason, she ended up getting very sick. She was leaking urine, so we ended up taking her up to Minnesota, and they tried to do a surgery that would reconnect the tube so she wouldn't have the problem. Well, there's a 1% chance that it doesn't work, and unfortunately it didn't work for her, and she ended up getting a really bad bacterial infection, and she was having blood in her urine, and so she ended up being there 2 or 3 weeks, and it just got to the point where she was losing weight, she was depressed, and they basically said they didn't think she was going to pull through. So we decided that she needed to be back here with the people that loved her. So we brought her back here. She wasn't good really around other dogs, so we had her in a separate building. We had 4 different shifts that would come in and take care of her. She was contagious when she first came back, so we had to make sure that we covered our shoes, we washed our hands, and we started her on holistic medicines, and we nursed her basically back to health. She started gaining weight again. She just loved everybody. There wasn't a single person that she didn't love, and she ended up being here for 2.5 years, like I said, and she got to be, because we posted her a lot on Facebook, we would take her out for a walk and people would actually pull over in their cars and say, "Is that Daisy?" Because everybody wanted to meet Daisy. We really didn't know if we'd ever find her a home because of she still had the incontinence. And we had a family happen to come in, and they had met her when they were out coming back from a baseball game. And they had met her and just fell in love with her. And they came in and did a couple of visits because we weren't sure how she'd do around kids. I mean, we'd been out walking her and she'd met some kids. But he brought the kids in and they visited, and she just did so well, even with the littlest one. She loved them. And they ended up adopting her in January of 2016. We had a big going away party for her. I mean, there was probably 50 people here, volunteers, family members. There was a few people from the neighborhood, and we had cake and punch. And Daisy wore a crown because we always called her Miss Daisy, and that she was our princess. And she has done so well in her adopted home. They put diapers on her. They cover up their couches. They've accepted her for the way she is. She's protective of the kids. She has warned them when the fireplace smelt funny, she would bark and let them know. So I believe we never give up on a dog, and Daisy is exactly the reason why we do what we do, is because of Daisy.
I know what you're thinking when the bass starts ringing. Can you tell me when you're stoked to start? Are you ready for tonight? Setting it on fire, and we'll dance until we're dumb in the dark. My lady, I know what you're thinking when the bass starts ringing. Can you tell me when you're stoked to start?